Hey guys, Fusion here. I know, first off, I guess I'd like to preface this video by saying that I'm not really sure the quality of the video is going to be. Last time I posted a video, it was at like 360p. I've changed some settings, but I don't know if I changed the right ones, so forgive me. That might be messed up, but just bear with me. Because I don't think I'll probably redo this take, I'm not gonna lie. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about Evil Geniuses as they've announced some stuff about the CSGO team that I'm not all too happy about, and I think it's about time that I don't know. I kind of want to just vent my frustrations a little bit about why I'm so frustrated with the CSGO team and the direction they're heading in, and why I'm as passionate as I am about it, because I don't think people understand. I think people are they're just okay with EG not being that good, and to me, it really it, it it hurts me, not as just a fan, but knowing the history of the org just in general. And it's something that I really wanted to talk about. And so, yeah, I'm wearing the LCS shirt and the EG hat just to kind of as a way to say, like, look, I am a fan of the org. I've been a fan since they came back to Counter Strike, although because Counter Strike was pretty much the only esport that I've been really following. I guess as far back as I played Call of Duty back during like Black Ops 2, and Advanced Warfare and all that. And so Evil Geniuses was a brand, obviously, but all my friends supported Optic. I was brand new to esports, so I supported Optic too. And I actually remember feeling intimidated by Evil Geniuses as a brand because I was such a big Optic fan. And Evil Geniuses just had this massive rivalry at the time, and they were so good that I just remember always being really nervous when Optic would play Evil Geniuses. So it's kind of funny to come back and now be an Evil Geniuses fan. That's something I can look back upon now and actually be like really happy about. And just I think it's really cool. So that's a little bit background, at least about me um, and my, I guess, so that you know kind of where I'm coming from with this whole EG thing. It's not that I want to bash this organization because I just don't like them. It's because I do like them and I support them, and I really want them to be good. I want them to be the best, and it makes me sad to see some of the things that are happening, um, even with the recent LCS success. And so this has kind of been something that I've been wanting to do for a while, just talk about EG, like a weekly or semi-weekly thing. But or I guess it wouldn't be whatever, once every other week. Um, but yeah, so I guess first I should start off by saying um, I'm gonna go and break down the history of EG a little bit. Not super extensive, but just a little bit, just so that I can kind of set the scene and really try to explain like just how big EG is or was, I should say, as an org back in the day. Now, obviously, I was 8 years old when EG was getting into StarCraft and Quake, and even like I was barely in middle school maybe by the time they were like I was in like middle school by the time they were in CS Source and I didn't even know what Counter Strike was. So I obviously wasn't there at the time, but or at least paying attention to that or understanding of it at the time. But so I can't speak from firsthand experience, but I can look back at like Wikipedia and whatnot and kind of go through that history. Um, and that's to kind of set the scene to explain, okay, this is why I'm upset with what they're not doing, I should say. First off, I just wanted to quickly point out, like, EG has been really struggling with marketing. Um, I think they're doing a better job this year compared to last year. Like I've liked the Live Evil videos they did for LCS. Although I do think that's part of the problem is that they do a lot of LCS content. They don't really do any content for any of the other teams besides maybe some hype videos when a player gets announced, and even those are pretty generic. They're not anything special. Um, they don't really do any great content for some of their other teams, and I think they could. I think that you look at the Valorant players, Boostio and Jogamo, and I really like how they interact on Twitter with the other EG teams, and I really appreciate when players from one esport are supporting other teams within the same org. In other areas, and you got to see that with Boostio during the LCS finals and whatnot. The the ones who do it the most are by far and away the Rocket League guys. The Rocket League guys really do an amazing job. Just like they're always watching what EG's doing and other esports, and supportive of the players, and that's something that I really appreciate. And it's something that the CS:GO players do not do. As far as you know, they're signed to EG, but they don't do anything else. Like you never see them in videos, you never see them on Twitter supporting their other team. You didn't hear a peep from them when LCS won in the finals. Not a peep. Um, it's something that frustrates me, and it's not just their videos, it's also their merch. I mean, obviously I'm wearing some of their merch. I think it has the potential to be really, really good, actually, and you could be so creative with it because the whole brand of Live Evil and being the villains in a way, like you could really exploit that, and I feel like they haven't done it to the degree that they could do it. So that's something that I get a little bit frustrated about. But really quick, just wanted to point out, like, look, Evil Genius is 120K subscribers, okay? And when I go back into the history of the org, you're really going to understand. Oh wow, like it's kind of shocking that they only have 120K. When you look at Team Liquid, Team Liquid has 498K. Spoiler: Cloud9 also has around 400 to 500K. So they're getting outclassed in terms of content. And you can just take my word for it. The merchandise, Team Liquid and Cloud9 is far, far and away. And the reason why I'm comparing them to Team Liquid and Cloud9 and not orgs like 100 Thieves is because 100 Thieves is I know it's the meme, the hoodie org, but they are heavily focused around their branding and they're very similar to FaZe and Optic in that way. And there's no way that Team Liquid, those orgs come with a mindset of not just, yes, obviously they do want to be the best to some degree, but a big part, the main focus of their brand is quite clearly their merch. It's the same with Optic, it's the same with FaZe. They're content creators. That's what their goal, their main goal is, and the rest of it is there to supplement it, right? And obviously, the better the esports team is, then the better the merch is, the more merch is going to get sold and whatnot, and the bigger names they sign, the better the merch sells. So it's kind of hand in hand, but you can definitely tell there's another motive there. Whereas with Team Liquid, Cloud9, EG, it's definitely more focused around being the best, right? And when you look at EG's competitors, they're just outclassing them in this department. It's not even close. Um, so I just thought I would point that out. The reason why I had this Team Liquid CSGO page up was because Team Liquid CSGO has actually they've probably done the best job of marketing their Counter-Strike team in North America in the sense that their vlogs are really, really good. Super enjoyable to watch. They're like 20 to 30 minutes long and they're always great content. Um, it really does help you get a behind the scenes look into the team, and it's also very in a fun but serious as well way. They did a really long video a little while back about I can't remember that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it in here, but yeah, 1,100 Days: The Rise and Fall of Team Liquid. Super great video. Really recommend it. Super really like insightful and just entertaining to watch, honestly. And this new video that's here in their preview, this Something to Smile About Coinbase ad, like, mind you, EG is like they're sponsored by Coinbase, and I've seen some of their Coinbase content. Nothing like this. This is so well done. This is so like it's such a funny video, and it just brings a smile to your face, even though it is kind of cheesy. It's still pretty funny, and it's actually like really cool content. It's just stuff that Team Liquid does that Evil Geniuses just doesn't do. And again, I think they could do content like this that would be great, especially with their brand. They're so unique in the sense that they get to be the villains of the scene in a way. Like they could become, people should, like, if you're EG, you want your brand to be that everyone fears you, not that they love you like Cloud9, but that they fear you, right? That's what the approach you want to take with EG. So I just thought I'd bring that up. um, as to kind of go into kind of the context, and guys, spoiler, this is going to be a long video. Like, I'm already 8 minutes in. I'm sorry, it's just going to be a long video. I have a lot to talk about for this video, so I apologize in advance. But this is just their homepage, showing that they were founded in 1999, whatnot. But really, what I wanted to go here for actually is here, this page, their history, right? So this is the recent stuff, right? This LCS and the Wolves thing, which is okay, but as far as I don't really know much about soccer, but from what I've heard, it's not exactly a big brand either. It's just a pretty small whatever brand. It's not a huge deal. Um, but yeah, they were founded in Victoria, British Columbia. So here's an interesting detail. They picked up Quake in CS, right? This is what they were known for, guys. This is what they picked up first. From 1999 to 2006. we're going to break that down a little bit farther, and it's a huge reason as to why I'm frustrated with why EG just seems to be they just seem to not care about their CS:GO roster. They don't care about how well it plays. They don't care about anything regarding the roster, as far as I can tell. Like it really, it's this new news about Malik and Evie that's really putting me on tilt, and it's just alarms are everywhere with this with how they've treated Malik and Evie especially. And so I will get to that in a bit, but quickly let's just go over the history just a little bit so you can see a little bit more about who how big EG is, man. I mean, look, just through here you can see all the esports they were in. I mean, they were in World of Warcraft. They were CS champions in 2008. They were in StarCraft 2. Quake, Source, or it might have been 1.6. I can't. I again wasn't there at the time. Dota 2. They were in Dota 2. Then they left Dota 2. Then they came back to Dota 2. They've done well in Dota. Um, in the past. 2014. Let's see. I thought I saw something. Oh, Call of Duty Champions. They were really, really sick in COD. So that's another FPS genre that you can look at or another FPS game, I should say, that you can look at and be like, hey, look, they were dominant or they were really, really good at this FPS game. They're known for their FPS titles. This is what they should be known for. Um, they won TI5. Um, they were in fighting games for a little bit. As you can see here, they're also back into fighting games. They have Sonic Fox. They've had him for a few years, and DeKill Sage, and maybe one or two other people that I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're pretty obviously everyone knows Sonic Fox. Um, let's see. What do you got? Rainbow Six. They were in Rainbow Six for a little bit, and now you're getting to the more recent stuff here. But I think what's super um, cool. So this is the Quake stuff, right? So why I'm bringing this up is because this is what their foundation was. Okay, this was what they were known for at the start, right? And you can just read just this little paragraph here is just should say everything about the org. Evil Genius is known to have highly successful players in every competitive game they feature and is by many considered one of the premier gaming organizations with some of the biggest names in esports sign. Can you say that about Evil Geniuses right now? I guarantee you the answer is no. Name value, maybe with the CSGO team, right? They have big name value, but they're not producing anything. Um, I think it's quite clear that besides LCS, and yes, they've been doing well in Rocket League. I don't want to just throw away Rocket League. They've been doing pretty well with Rocket League. They picked up a pretty good roster. They went to, I don't remember what they call it. I don't know if they call it majors or what. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they went to that in the winter, or maybe I don't know. It was recently. They did pretty okay. Um, but they're on the up and up. They're on the up and up. But like you don't see them making these kind of moves now, and like this should speak to you know just how great this org should be, right? And how well known they should be. I mean, these guys should be like at the top. These guys should be with massive fan bases, right? I mean, the fact that I was able to win the freaking jersey for the Bud Light competition says everything you need to know. Like, clearly, they just don't have that many fans, which is sad. This was their CS:GO team. I went through and I went through their history way, way back in the day, guys. I'm talking like look, it was 2008, 2007. Looking at back when World Cyber Games, guys. Some of these games were played. I'm not even kidding you. Is when back when CS:GO only had it was first to 13. I bet you didn't even know CS:GO went to 13 rounds. Like that's how long EG has been in this esport. Um, you can see here they got this was which tournament? World Cyber Games 2005. They got third. You can look at some of the players that they had here. I believe Lin actually is the FPS. Isn't he the FPS? Oh shoot, I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he this Lin guy is the one who does. He's the FPS coach. If you guys know who the FPS coach is on YouTube, I'm pretty sure that's who this is. Maybe I can look it up. If I look up FPS coach, I've watched some of his videos. I really like his videos. Ron Rambo Kim. Yep. I think is this him? No, no, no. His name is Rambo, obviously. Um, I don't know. That name Lin seems familiar. I think I've seen that. I think he's in something else now, but I don't know. He did play Counter Strike professionally, but I don't remember what team he was on. So my bad. I probably got that wrong. So I apologize. But where was I? I was here. So yeah. So just let's look at some of these rosters. I mean, they had. You don't really know those guys that well. Obviously, again, I could be glossing over some of these guys, and obviously they could be complete legends. I really don't know the history of CS that well. I'm been playing CS for like 6 years, 7 years now, but I never, I didn't follow the esport back then. Obviously, nothing um, played for Evil Geniuses what was their star player. And it's something where it actually shocks me. I found out that he was actually a content creator for Evil Geniuses after he was off of the main roster. Um, Shocking to me that they haven't reached out to him and been like, "Hey, you want to do content for us? You want to be a content creator for us? It'd be great to bring back the history that we have with each other and really like create content and again, maybe it's something Nothing's not interested in. Who knows? But he's been doing content creation, and I feel like there's an avenue there. That's an easy layup, right? If you're Evil Geniuses to try to rekindle that and maybe because Nothing's a really popular guy. That's something that you could easily try to set up, right? You look at some of the other things they players like Fraud. They had Lurpus. If you guys know who Lurpus is this guy right here. He now goes by Tommy. He actually is part of the management of MIBR. Um, but basically, he was a professional player. Used to play for Evil Geniuses. I didn't know that before, to be honest. I knew Fraud was on the team. He's a pretty well-known player. So was Storm. Um, and like I picked out these tournaments just kind of out of random, but it's to show that they've played top level Counter Strike way back in the day, and they were a pretty well known org. Deborn played for them as well, right? So it's just you look at some of this stuff, and it's like, how does nobody even know about EG's history? I mean, it feels like people don't care about EG's history at all. They think of the legendary orgs and they think of TSM, right? And it's like EG has been here. I don't know if they've been here longer, but they've been here a long time, and nobody cares. Nobody. It seems like everyone's just forgotten about it, and even EG has seemed to forget about it, even though they have it on their website. As you can see, I brought up their HLTV page. Guys, they're ranked 40th in the world. It was worse, I think, during the RMR, um, or before the RMR. Look at the plummet, man. Look at this plummet. I mean, guys, it's atrocious. It is atrocious. Um, Yeah, it's quite frankly it's embarrassing. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like this. And so I don't have the official post. I could have looked it up here, but I just don't have it on hand. I could look it up, but I don't feel like doing it right now. But basically, with the recent announcement with EG, if you don't know, um, with their CS:GO team is that it seems like they're gonna kick, or they've benched. They already basically are kicking Malik, Evie, basically their coaching staff, and it, the way that it was implied in their messaging is that they're going to keep this roster for the next 6 months. Um, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it, guys. Like when I tell you that this roster has been worse than the Miju Obo lineup, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And I didn't think it could get worse at that point. I really didn't. I was excited at the end of last year because I thought, well, we can only go up from here. And then we got this roster. And I was all excited because I thought maybe, yes, it's a big risk, it's a gamble, but maybe they could become one of the best teams in the world again. And it's been worse. They played worse. Guys, this team is playing at a like mid tier 2 level. Tier 2 teams can beat up on these guys. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. They're so bad. It hurts to watch them play. In fact, half the time I choose not to watch them play because it's that bad. These guys can't string together CT rounds to save your life. They played Ancient and they couldn't string rounds together. Let me go back. Let's look here. Let me find an Ancient game. When did they play Ancient? Was it their last 2-0? Probably was. Overpass Mirage. Nope. Sorry. Is it this one? Overpass Vertigo. No, not that one either. Carpe Diem. Well, they beat Carpe Diem. They lost a map. They lost a map on it, but they played it. Can I look up based on a map? Probably can. Stats. All stats. It's probably somewhere in here, right? Maps. Yeah. So let's look at. Where's Ancient? I know they've played Ancient. Surely. I'm confused. I don't see Ancient on here. Okay, look, regardless, I watched them play. I swear to God, they played Ancient, and I kid you not, they didn't pick up any rounds. Like, it's just their CT ratings, they don't get CT rounds. They don't get CT rounds in a row. They don't. And when you can't do that, your team is screwed. If your T sides have to essentially be like the best in the world, and they don't even do anything on T side. Spoiler, like they literally just sit around waiting for something to happen. Like watching them play Vertigo and watching how they manage on their CT side, spraying like smoking the ramp at A and like spamming and trying to create plays there and create advantages like every single round, it's painful to watch. Like you can tell they're getting tear gapped in that department by other teams that they're by the other teams top teams in the world. You just watch if you want to know how bad EG is, go watch any decently tier 1 team, like decent, not even that great. Not even that great of a tier 1 team. Watch any of those teams play a ramp on their CT side um, on Vertigo, and then watch EG. It is night and day. They're so bad. They can't do it. And it's frustrating because they've had so much time and they're still so terrible. And look, I want these players to be good. I really do. I like all these players. I love Cirque. He's literally one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite players in the world a couple years ago. Like I loved Cirque. I watched his demos. I loved him. He was great. Breezy was one of my favorite players. Stewie 2K, obviously, if you're from NA, you love Stewie. Like he's just such a easy to like guy, and if for North America, if you're a North American, supporter, I guess. Automatic, I've really liked Automatic, obviously. Rush, like you can't hate any of these guys. I mean, they freaking played in the Cloud9 roster that won the major, so it's pretty hard to hate any of these guys. And I still think some of these guys can compete at a top level. I, I don't know, man. It's just been really bad. It's been really, really bad. And guys, it's been this for 2 years. 2 years. And if you know anything about Counter Strike, you know that the lifespan of a roster is typically like 6 months, maybe. Like you usually wait like 6 months to see if the roster is going to work out, and then after the major, you decide, okay, was the roster good enough or not? And if not, you typically blow the roster up, or you make significant changes. And their choice of changes has been this. And it's just so sad to see. Like, so I didn't really know kind of Malik's coaching style. Um, I watch quite a bit of By the Numbers and Thorin and Richard's content because they have really really good insight into all sorts of basically everything esports. Um, and the gist I got from them was that Malik is a guy who likes to have control over his roster, likes to have a lot of input, and and they've just kicked him. For who? Who are they going to pick up? Who's gonna do a better job than Malik? Who? Because as far as I know, yes, I know there's some controversy as to whether or not he might get banned for some stuff for the coach bug. But my bigger thing is like, who is going to be better than Malik? Who? Like, as far as I can tell, he didn't even really have a chance to coach the team because of I can't remember. I know he didn't. He wasn't there for some events because of like maybe it was like COVID or travel restrictions or something. I don't even know. But there were multiple times where I would remember seeing Malik just wasn't even able to be there. And it's like you've barely given the guy a chance. Like let him have control over the roster. Let him get a say into what goes on. Like I just don't understand how you think that what's going to make this EG team better is by getting rid of the coaches that came from, by the way, came from Europe. Malik came from G2 and built that roster to be a really good roster. So I just don't understand this logic of kicking Malik. And by the way, releasing Evie and Hepa in the fashion that they did was disgraceful. I don't understand how Evie was not aware of these changes until literally like this morning. Like that is mental. That is mental that you would treat someone like that. Um, and it's super disappointing to see. Super disappointing. Yeah, you can see here. Look, we are excited to start fresh by finding a new coaching staff that is aligned with the Evil Geniuses goal and system. What system? You haven't had a system. Your system is not even getting 10 rounds on every map. I, I pray to God that they win a map in a series. I pray to God. I pray to God they get 10 rounds. For 2 years. For 2 years, it has been like this. 2 years. That's like watching your favorite NFL or NBA team be literally so bad that a college team could beat them for 4 years straight. I, I don't get it. Why are we siding with the players here, with North American players who have like North America in general just has a horrible history of just not being able to stay aligned with good coaches who care, coaches who will make the proper changes and want to have a say and control. Uh, I don't. If you want to be different, why are you just siding with the players when the players clearly have shown that they're not competent enough to give results? Again, I like these players, but you have to have results. You cannot play this badly because this is disgraceful. It's so bad. Um, and as a fan, I find it very hard to watch them play. I don't even get excited anymore. I really don't. I don't get excited to watch EG play. It actually makes my day worse watching, knowing that EG CS:GO is going to play, because I just know I'm just going to get disappointed because I'm gonna want to watch because I'm gonna want to support the team, and I'm gonna watch and they're gonna get dumpstered by a tier two team, or they're gonna have multiple rounds of just, oh my god, what the hell are they doing? And I'm not gonna want to watch anymore. And it's gonna ruin my mood for the day. And when you consider the history that this org has, it it is so upsetting that Evil Geniuses has become the laughing stock of Counter Strike. I mean, it is just because when they came in, that's not how they were perceived at all. When they came back in and they won that first tournament, people were cracking jokes about how good they were. They were in the top three along with Liquid and I believe it was Astralis, and they were kind of all trading blows. And then even during the online era, Evil Genius kind of came back up at one point and was like a top team. Um, and then ever since then, it's just been terrible. It's been terrible, man. It sucks. It just sucks. And I understand. Look, North America sucks. North America sucks right now. Okay? But guess what? You have two choices then. One, try to do something that you did in LCS. Learn from LCS. And try to find someone maybe who's a really good talent scout. Find a really good talent scout person, and maybe you don't sign them as a player, but you sign them to be a talent scout or a GM or a coach, right? And you use that to your advantage to find up and coming talent. You make sure that you have a roster that maybe has like two of these guys, right? Maybe like a Stewie 2K and Automatic or something, or maybe Automatic and Rush, regardless, whatever you pick, right? Just have like two, um, or actually three vets. You probably want three veteran players. Um, probably like maybe like Stewie. I don't know. I don't mind Stewie, Automatic, and Rush. If you want to buy into the Stewie 2K IGLing thing. If you don't want to buy into that, then I would say keep Automatic, keep Rush, and then maybe you even get three new players. And try to pick a different opper, or I don't know, something, right? But basically, my point being, you get like three vets. You get two young guys in star positions, right? And like, or maybe not. Maybe you have one star that's a vet, but you have three vets, two of which are going to be your IGL and your support rifler, right? And then the rest of it is going to be new players, or maybe you have one more vet who's on a stronger rifle role, or an op, maybe if you don't think there's any NA oppers upcoming. Spoiler: Minus has some serious potential. Um, and then who could be this talent scout in NA for EG? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Daps. Maybe Daps. Maybe that guy that you brought onto your roster then kicked, and then you didn't know what to do with them. Yeah, maybe you could use him as a talent scout, right? You said you wanted to make an academy team, so get your academy team. The team with Hex, I can't remember their name, but the team with Hex, that's a great option for an academy team. Put Daps as like the coach somewhere, right? Make him like the Peter Dunn of your CS:GO operations, and I think you could seriously see some growth there. That's your first option, right? That's your first option. If you really want to bank on North American talent in Counter-Strike, that's what you do. If you don't want to do that because you don't want to work on developing that talent and you don't really care if you're North American or not, you just want to be the best, then it is quite clear to me that you go abroad. You go abroad and you try to find pieces from different teams and try to form an international squad, similar to what EG has done. I think in Dota they have a North American team, but I think it's all like pretty much mostly European/Asian players. Um, you do something like that, right? You do something like that. Um, Spoiler: lots of pretty good CIS players that um, don't really have an org right now, so you could maybe consider that. Um, there's options for this team, and I just think that sticking with this roster and expecting it to work in 6 months is just the worst option they could have possibly taken. Look at how bad Complexity just did in the major. There's no way they keep that roster. That's some talent that you could have put on this team. Like, the sheer fact that they are unwilling to change the roster and that they think that the coaching staff is the problem, I think is a fundamental issue with Evil Geniuses going forward. And I think it's going to cost them massively in the next 6 months. I do not think this team is going to do anything in the next 6 months. I, in fact, think that they are going to be just as bad as they were before. If they prove me wrong, it would make me incredibly happy. I want this team to prove me wrong so badly. But guess what? I've been wanting them to prove me wrong since last year, and they haven't done that. And I don't think they'll do it now. Um, Look, I'm sorry this video is like 30 minutes long. Um, I had a lot to get off my chest, man. I'm really frustrated. I really am. When I saw that there was a CS:GO update, I was excited. I thought for sure that it was going to be, especially after I saw this tweet from, where is it? It's not here. Um, Maybe it was on the HLTV page on their main page. If I go to news. But basically, there was a tweet from their CEO, Nicole Lapointe, Jameson, that there was going to be changes and that they weren't happy with the results. And I thought that that was meaning that there was going to be some serious changes and that they were going to make massive moves in order to get this team to the top. And to find out that this is what they're going to do, frankly, it's just really sad. It's really sad. Um, at this point, I feel like I could have done a better job managing this than they have. And I say that because I don't think I would do a very good job. Just honestly, because I don't. Yeah, I mean, what do I know? About this kind of stuff. I'm just some random guy on the internet. Um, but um, but I think it's gotten to that level of just horrific circumstances at this point, where I think literally you could take some guy off the street, he'd do just as bad. Um, it's depressing. It really is. It's just so bad when you consider their history in the esport, and you consider this should be their flagship game, and they don't even care to um they don't care. They don't make content. They don't. What have you ever seen from EG's Twitter from their players? Fuck all. You don't see anything. You know what you see? You see an ad every once in a while. Oh, brilliant. They have no personality. When they joined, I thought like another thing when Stewie 2K joined Evil Geniuses, I was like, dude, Stewie 2K talks shit. Stewie 2K, has a presence. Like, this is great. Like, are you kidding me? Like, dude, make content around him. He'll give you content for days. I haven't seen anything from him. The only thing I've seen from Stewie 2K is hint at Valorant, and I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying he hints at Valorant a lot, and um, he every time he shows up on an interview, you can see the confidence has just seeped out of him. He has none left. Like, I remember being so excited to watch them play at Pro League because it had been months since they had played. And I was like, dude, I bet you they've been in the boot camp. They've had Malik in the lab. They're cooking shit up. They had some. They didn't look horrible at Blast, considering that it was a brand new roster. It was like, okay, this is the one. This is where it's all going to come together. EG is going to do something finally. And then I didn't even have to see a single game. I just saw Stewie2K before the first game started, do an interview, and he showed no confidence. I mean, he was like, it was like some interview where he was just like, oh, we're gonna see how we do. We're gonna try our best. It was something like that, and I was just like, oh, I just knew the second I heard that interview, I was like, it's gonna be bad, isn't it? It's gonna be bad, and it was. They only took a map off of complexity, and guys, complexity, spoiler, not a good team. Not a good team. I'm sorry, the hype has died around that team. That team is not good. Okay. Spoiler, Liquid's not good. Okay. If you're getting 2-0'd by Liquid every single time you play Liquid, and Liquid's not even that good, you got problems. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable to me that the academy roster that I think they should pick up, which is those the Carpe Diem guys, it's shocking to me that that team is probably better than Evil Geniuses is right now, and yet Evil Geniuses seems to think that the way to solve their main roster is to just keep the same players and get rid of the coaching staff. Because I don't see what coaching staff you're going to get that would have been better than this. Yeah, look, guys, that is all you need to see. That is all you need to see to know that this is not going to be what this isn't going to be good. This is not going to be good. You know what's crazy? Before I was like, Breeze, please don't go to Valorant because like I want you to be good again, and I want you to be on EG and to come back in full force and like be the Breeze that you could be because everyone's talking shit about you, and I don't like that. And I know you could be better than this. I want him to go to Valorant now because I'm sick and tired of it. I am sick and tired of him being bad. I don't care about it anymore. Same thing with Cirque. I know he works his ass off. Everyone that I've seen talk about Cirque who has been like watching him the past few months has told me that he's been working really hard. Daps has mentioned it, right? Like people who know have been mentioning that he works really, really hard and that he doesn't like how he's performing. I can't support him anymore, man. It's been 2 years. You can only last for so long. I can't take it anymore. My heart's broken over this team, man. I don't. I'm tired of hearing anyone say that they understand the pain that like EG fans have gone through watching this team play because it has been subpar performances for 2 straight years. Not even glimpses of hope. The last time I remember a glimpse of hope was EG making a close series against Gambit when they were in their peak. Spoiler: they never returned to that form ever again. Like I just cannot believe how far EG has fallen in Counter Strike. It's incredible. I, as much as I would like make fun of 100 Thieves sometimes for picking up a roster at its peak and then just keeping them and not making any moves with them, and they just progressively got worse and worse and worse. EG's done the same thing. They've done the same thing. I mean, they've made changes that looked like they could go somewhere, but it's not getting any better, and they're not making any changes. I'm just look again. I'll preface: they never said that this roster is going to stay the same. They have not said that. But when you read this and you read, we are excited to start fresh by finding a new coaching staff that is aligned with Evil Genius's goals and system and is the right fit to bring out the best from this roster. That to me clearly speaks they're going to keep the same players and that Malik and Evie did not agree with Stewie2K's way of thinking, which, if you guys haven't noticed, Stewie2K disagrees with literally every single person who is ever on his team, who's like the in-game leader slash coach. Like, he did it with Fallen, he's done it with Elige, he did it back on Cloud9, that's why they split up. Like, you can clearly tell that there's a theme here, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I can't believe they've done this. I cannot believe I can't believe that this is what they think is going to fix this team. I'm disappointed, and I'm honestly I'm more so disappointed in how they treated Evie. I don't even know Evie that well. I really don't. But when you are supporting an org and you see that org who's supposed to be respectable and competent get rid of a coaching staff member like this, it's it's shameful and disappointing, and there's nothing you can do but just be upset and feel bad for the people involved, to just get thrown out like this when they never really even had a chance to do anything with the roster. Nothing that they wanted to do. I can guarantee you they probably never did anything that they wanted to do with the roster. You know, um, it's just sad. It's just really sad. Um, so again, let's see if they prove me wrong in 6 months if they make it to the next major and they show some good form. Maybe. Look, they're going to be competing in a Pinnacle Cup or something, in like beginning of next month. So we'll see how they do. But I guarantee you, it's not going to be good. Guarantee you. Guarantee you, it'll be bad. Because if you think that they're practicing this whole time, I think you're probably wrong. I think they probably took a little bit of a break, and they're probably going to come back. And yeah, I'm sure they'll practice, but how good would that practice even be? You know, the whole idea of bringing Stewie 2K in as a new IGL, I feel like with having Malik behind him was supposed to be that they would work together and Malik would help form Stewie 2K as this IGL, right? Really develop him into a better IGL and open his mind to new ideas, right? Because Stewie 2K has never fully IGL'd a team before. And to see them clearly disagree and for Stewie to essentially, like give him the boot, um, it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad look, and I don't think it's going to get any better. So hopefully, they prove me wrong. Hopefully, you people out there understand now why I tweet the things I tweet when I'm upset with evil geniuses. Again, it's out of love for the org. It really is. Like I just want this org to be good. I want people to be afraid of this org when they see their name. I really want them to be a powerhouse in esports again. And I feel like in some ways they've done that with their LCS team starting to show some form, and the Rocket League team is looking okay. And Valorant just recently got back into VCT. I think that's a good thing. You know, but I think there's Dota 2 looks okay. I mean, I don't really know much about Dota, so I can't really judge based off of like an eye test of watching them play. But I mean, from what I've seen from them, it looks like it's going pretty okay. Um, you know, but yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts, I guess. I don't really know what else to say, and I don't feel like dragging this video any longer than it has to be, which, by the way, I've already done because it's 42 minutes long. Holy hell. Um, Hopefully you guys understand. Hopefully, now you kind of see what's going on and why I think the way I think and why I didn't just tweet out immediately when I read the news because it's just too much to digest, frankly. Um, and in some ways, I can understand how this move is I guess good for the. I don't even know, dude. It's not. It's not good. It's not good. There's no bright spots. I don't know what to say. Like, there's no bright spots. The only bright spot I can come up with is that hopefully they pick up Carpe Diem as their academy team, and they only pick up one academy team, not two, one academy team. That's all you need, and they send that academy team to WePlay, and they can get some exposure, get better, improve, and then maybe you can see some integration between the academy team and the main roster. But um, frankly, that's the only bright side I can see, and I actually think Malik would have been nice even for that as well, right? Maybe Malik could have brought some guidance onto the newer players, but apparently that's just not going to happen because they've already given up on him before he even had a chance. So, anyways, thanks you guys. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Thank you guys for watching. If you did or if you listened, I seriously appreciate it. I know this video is probably not going to get any views. Nobody's going to care about this. I'm just some random dude, making a stupid video about an esports org that not that many people are fans of. Um, but hopefully, uh, anyone who's curious, I guess, who cares about my thoughts on the subject, which spoiler, not really anyone, enjoys it. Again, it's mostly a video that I'm making just to kind of vent because I'm frustrated and I just wanted to make a video about it to just kind of get it all out. Spoil. That's kind of what I do with Twitter, to be honest, because like again, I don't really have any repercussions. I don't really have any followers or anything. I'm just some random guy, so you can kind of say whatever your thoughts are about a team's performance, and it's not a huge deal. Obviously, you need to know what to say, what not to say, but whatever. Um, Anyways, yeah. So if you listened, thank you very much. Appreciate it a lot. So for For the pick'ems, I'm gonna do a video on that probably on Sunday. I come back from a little vacation on Sunday, so I will make a video regarding the pick'ems then, on my thoughts on how I did, thoughts on what I should have changed, thoughts on what I'm gonna do next, um, and what my surprises were. Um, but um, but yeah, I think so. That's pretty much gonna wrap up the video. Sorry again for this being 45 minutes long. I will end it here. If the quality's bad, again, I apologize, and I will put. Ooh, yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. I might put my socials. I might not. I'll probably just post this video. Anyways, whatever, dude. I gotta go. This is too long. Thanks again. Bye.